Bien, Nicola. Okay. So, while we wait for other people to join, maybe we can start writing our praise in the channel for 5 minutes. So, if you have some praise to give that you have not written down yet, would be great if you can just start and go to the praise and praise some and throw some praise in the channel. So we're going to destinate maybe 3 more minutes to write our praises. Hey, Cody and Clara, and Claire, sorry, we're destinating a couple of minutes to write our praise in the channel. If you have some praise that you want to give, we have one more minute to write it down. Great. I think that we are over with praise. If you have some more that you want to throw, please don't forget to do it. And then we can start with the intentions and the distractions of everyone. How are you feeling? What are your intentions for the call? And if you have any distractions at the moment, I can start. So I'm feeling a little bit sleepy. I have not been sleeping very well. My intention for the call would be to gather feedback around the Giveth Essentials session that we organize and see how we can improve further Giveth Essentials sessions. And no distractions. So I will pass it to Cody.
Hey, I'm feeling pretty good today. My intentions for the call are mainly to just listen in and sync up. Also, yeah, curious to listen in on any feedback about the Giveth Essentials. And otherwise, I don't really have any distractions. I just ate, so hoping not to go into a food coma. But otherwise, I'm good. I will pass it to Franco.
Thank you, Corey. I'm feeling good today. My intention for the call is just catching up with everything. And distractions is that it's my first time streaming live on YouTube, so I'm streaming this call, and it's all very new to me, so I hope I'm doing it right. And yeah, that's it. And I'll pass it to Jake.
All right, I'll watch my language. Thanks, Franco. Feeling good, well rested today. A lot going on. Intentions for the call: give any type of feedback on any of the open items that I have, as well as provide some helpful insight if needed on everybody else's items. Distractions, not right now, but I spilled my dinner earlier all over the floor, and I'm still thinking about eating something. I will pass it along to Claire.
Thanks, Jake. Hi, everyone. My intention for this call is just to begin talking about doing a project survey and looking for some input into that. And I have no distractions. Also looking to see where I can support in other areas. And I am going to pass over to Ahmad.
All right, thanks, Claire. My intentions are to follow up, of course, and there's a few things I wanted to talk about project testimonials and updates to the project page. Yeah, and that's pretty much it for me this week. My distractions are I was feeling a bit sick, but I'm feeling better today. So yeah, hopefully it'll all go well. And let's see, let me pass it to Nicola.
I think
Thanks.
that Nicola,
Thanks.
yeah, there you are.
Yeah. Can you hear me, guys? Good. Okay. That's my only distraction. That microphone on my computer doesn't work. So now I'm connecting on my phone. Otherwise, happy to be here with you. Thanks, Ahmad. I hope you feel better. And so my intention for the call is to follow up for sure. I've been wanting to provide feedback to some of you for like weeks now and still wasn't able to do it. So my intention for today's call is to make sure that I click on those links and go to those documents and start doing that. That's like one. And also maybe just to give a quick update about Meet the Makers, a retrospective session that happened just yesterday. And that's it. That's it. Did I miss? Are we missing someone? Wait a minute. I'll try to pick. Let's go for Franco.
I think that we actually, you were right, Nicola. I think that we already passed. We all
Okay.
already passed. Yay. So let's move forward. I'm going to be facilitating this meeting because Ashley is feeling a little bit sick. So I'll try to do my best. But please feel free to chime in if I miss something or if you want to add something. So the agenda of the upcoming community events, we have a Twitter space next week, November 2nd, Dia de los Muertos in Mexico. So this will be happening an hour before the AMA, meaning 10 a.m. CT, 5 p.m. CET. We're going to change the time for our next AMA sessions for to being able to get more people into the Twitter spaces. So this will be around region farms with Shapeshift, the standard, and Cold DAO with Lauren and Corey hosting. And yeah, if you have some ideas for future Twitter Spaces, you can click in this link. And I made this new Notion page for you to add some community or projects or people that you would love to propose or submit to future Twitter Spaces. So here's the link for you to fill in. And I lost that. Cool. So yeah, please put all your comments there, and other events that are coming. The Giveth Essentials about Twitter best practices in Giveth socials to be confirmed, but I would love to have these on November 4, the same time at the last one, how to represent Giveth. So this meant to be November 4, and the next one on November 18, give the essentials around tokenomics. So to talk further around bonding curves and all those terminology that sometimes is like messy, and some of us maybe do not quite understand yet. So if you have any ideas for future sessions, please also feel free to add your ideas and thoughts in this link. I don't know if I'm missing some upcoming community events that someone may have around. If I'm missing something, please feel free to add it here in the upcoming community events. And yeah, as Nicola was mentioning, Meet the Makers. We have a retrospective session yesterday that it was quite interesting. So Nicola, please, the mic is all yours.
Thanks. I like that you said it was quite interesting. Can you say it was quite interesting? But no, I'm joking. Yes, we met. We looked at what went well and what didn't go so well. What can we do better next time? And basically, I want to still extend invitation to you guys. If any one of you have any kind of feedback that wants to share, it's still possible in the document, into the agenda that we made. But we did pick a new date. We actually kind of moved from once in the 3 months Meet the Makers 90 minutes online Discord event session. From 3 months, we moved into a 1 month period. So actually, we're trying to aim for the next one to be on November 23rd with the theme of mental health as a public good. And we're in the process of nominating, picking up the project, and basically scheduling for the next session. We're trying to also find a perspective on how to handle this whole umbrella of Meet the Maker sessions, because now we have Twitter Spaces and we have also, this 90-minute Discord event, which is can offer slightly different aspects and benefits. So basically, just to clarify, we've realized and agreed on that this Discord event, online event, Meet the Makers, that has happened on October 5th, and the next edition would happen on November 23rd, will be, what am I trying to say? Yeah, basically, it gives more space to the project to not only present themselves, but also interact with the audience and have more material to use for their future work. And something that was they are verified. So all the projects that come onto Meet the Makers with the specific team on the Discord session are verified projects, and the givers are eligible for receiving givebacks. But when for Meet the Makers Twitter Spaces, it's more of like a general team of just Meet the Makers from the space, people that are making things happen. And it doesn't have to be verified projects. And now from my understanding, Almond, did we agree that also they don't even have to be projects on the platform yet, but is it like a condition?
Exactly, exactly as you mentioned. So the Meet the Makers is these Giveth brand intended to feature and just like to give shout outs and strength the Giveth partnerships with projects. Meet the Makers, as Nicola was saying, is this session with verified projects from Giveth, and the Twitter Spaces is more open to projects that are not verified, and also projects that are from the broader Web3 ecosystem. So yeah, exactly. The idea is to have these two outlets for projects.
Yeah, I love it. So that would be pretty much the outcome of our yesterday's meeting, and I'm excited for upcoming editions. Yeah, that would be it for
Yay.
now.
Exactly. So we are planning for, as Nicola was mentioning, for this to happen on the 23rd of November. So join, support, and help us spread the word about these sessions. It's really, really cool. So
I have a question about this topic.
For sure. Go ahead.
Are these sessions being recorded? Are they being live streamed to YouTube? Are they being duplicated
Yes.
somewhere that they can be viewed?
Yes, but we have just lost the last one, unfortunately. But yes, it was all streamed on a YouTube, and it was possible to find it on a YouTube. And before we lost the recording, I was able to spot that there was quite a bit of a view, so it was a good. But we unfortunately lost the recording. Somehow it was deleted from the YouTube account, so we lost it. But yes, the Discord session is all the time streamed on the YouTube, and then the recording is there.
Okay, yeah, because I think that I'm just like putting it out there, but I think like it'd be really good to measure next time like what exactly the viewership was like outside of Discord. I think that'd be really interesting to find out. And also when promoting the Meet the Maker session, I would also promote the YouTube stream. Maybe this was already done. I'm just talking off the top of my head right now, but I think that would make this like a lot more inclusive, and it'd be really interesting to see like if we're promoting YouTube, which is much more accessible than Discord, and we like promote it across different platforms also, you know, like outside of Twitter.
Yeah.
I'd be really curious to know like who's watching over YouTube or something like that. And then to that point would be really important to make sure to test it beforehand. Maybe if you don't know right now why the recording got lost, like it'd probably be really good to just do a mock, like, you know, record like whatever happening in some space here and then try it again, right? And then see if that one disappears too, or like what the issue is.
Yeah, we can only try to find. But I do agree with there was also my thinking. Thank you, Kari. Yeah, it was also my thinking we could use the recording for future, and I would just shoot. But I think the number of the views on the video was under like 100, but there was I don't know, like 70 views, which is pretty high for considering our Giveth transparency channel and like standard view stats, I'd say. Yeah, we can definitely use the next one and play with it more, and use also the testimonials that we would receive by then from the projects that we had. Yeah
it could be really cool because I've joined live streams where like on YouTube where you can then type in a question.
Yes.
And people actually like ask the question then in person, you know. It just gives I don't know, it'd be really interesting to test that out to see if a lot more people would actually attend if it wasn't like siloed to Discord, right? Especially like projects and, you know, or like inviting people to come to one of those as like a, hey, come check out Giveth thing and like come hear from the projects themselves.
Right. So that to me sounds like somebody would have to maintain a little bit more the YouTube kind of the YouTube platform in terms of, I guess you still have to you have to do some marketing around it and promote it so that you get viewers on it. So even like making calls to the posts or tweets, like making calls for people to start following our YouTube kind of a thing. That's what you mean?
Yeah, I think you can include the link. you know, we have like our Discord link, but then,
Yeah.
or we could say it's in our Discord community channel, right? But also we will be live streaming it on YouTube and include the link for the YouTube. And then I think when you get really close to the event, maybe you'll want to include the Discord link as well, you know, or, you know, I'm sure
I
you
think
can come up with a good way to put
I
that
like
together.
that.
But yeah, I would put both to give people the option. And then it should be really simple to monitor the live stream during the meet, you know, like during the session, just having someone keep an eye on it. And if there's any questions asked in there, I mean, it's probably unlikely, but like, I don't know, it might be something to think about, to give, just because the projects are using Giveth doesn't necessarily mean they're on Discord, right? I'm not sure what that looks like. You probably know better than me, but
Yeah.
just some thoughts around this.
I mean, for project for the donors, it's definitely a good incentive from the survey to be able to interact with the project. So it's like ideally the donors come onto the Discord and come into the call. I think the value that is being intake right now after the sessions, the project owners were reaching out and wanted to have that recording and wanted to have that video. They wanted to share it with their audience, which is a great added value. I am not sure what about the stream, online stream. I haven't had any chance to like even check it out. So, but I love the idea. I love this feedback, and I think definitely we should try to have it all covered also for the next session. And
yeah.
it will definitely bring us some comms plan for the comms meeting. So yeah.
And also, sorry, this is the last thing, and then I'm gonna like, sorry, let you continue. But just an idea. Also, then you can pull like clips from it, which is really cool to like market Meet the Makers afterwards. You know, instead of just it was a great session, or like here's a full recording. Like we could actually pull little, maybe like quotes or clips, or like one part that was like a really good question or something. You know, and then like use that to show a little bit what the meets are like what the sessions are like.
Yeah, I agree that we can take much more advantage of these sessions, and I think that it will be very, very valuable if we can align on the different things that would be great to do for us to have different owners of those. Maybe Claire or Sim can put some help if you would like to contribute for this amplify the post session. We can talk more about it maybe offline for us to actually jump into the next topic, which involve these project testimonials that Ahmad was mentioning at the beginning of the community's call, that he would like to talk a little bit about this. I will also would like to chime in around. And Claire, I know that you all also post in an issue that you are working on this. So I think that there's a lot happening around project testimonials, including Meet the Makers. So Ahmad, if you like to start.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have much to add at this point. It's mainly just to see the status of the ones that we started already. And yeah, like just to see how those are going. And then also, like the second thing is maybe to see if we can have a certain format that maybe we always do to make it easier. Maybe it's a set of questions that we always ask every time. And then maybe also it's like once we have that testimonial, we figure out how do we share it on social media. Is it something like a graphic, or do we put it in like a video snippet format? So like basically, yeah, like number one is just to see the status, and number two is then what format are we going to put these testimonials in so we can share them on social media.
Yeah, thank you. That was something that I would love to touch on too. And before giving the word to Claire, so we're talking about this. A lot of people is actually making this kind of like same effort around featuring and interviewing projects. We have Miguel's Sea of Hearts Spanish project owners interviews that's already running. That proposal already passed. Then we have this issue around creating project testimonials. Actually, I added the first video of one of the project owner that we had during the Meet the Makers session. This is Okeke, and basically this is a video, a really simple video. So I posted this for you to just like check it out and give some feedback. So yeah, my intention with this would be just like to maybe add the Giveth logo somewhere in this video. I added these captions because it was kind of hard to understand what Okeke was saying. So just like to have more clarity around the message, what's Helpers Foundation and so on. And then I just draft a tweet explaining what Helper Social Foundation is. So in the same format that Lauren has been just coaching me to draft tweets, basically is about what's Helper Social Foundation. Here will the video will be posted. And then just a call to action to support Helper Social. So as you can see, this is like really simple. And I would love to hear your thoughts if you think that this is a good way to go. And then also hear what Claire is working around these project interviews as well. So Ahmad and team, what do you think about this video and this format of like just featuring the project owners in a very simple and direct way?
Yeah, I think it's good. I mean, we can experiment with different styles. I think this is a good start. What I can do is add the logo, like you said, and add some graphics at the end and maybe the beginning. And then I think so I think maybe there's two kinds of testimonials that we could think about. One of them is where they talk about their project, and the other is where they talk about Giveth and why they use it as a platform, or maybe some of the benefits that they see. So yeah, I think it's a good start, I think.
Yeah, to that point, actually, like my intention at first was to ask them about their experience with Giveth. But one of the projects told me that he was new on the Giveth platform, so that he can provide some feedback maybe a couple of months later after using Giveth as a platform. So just like to have something to work with, I kind of like turn the testimonials into like them explaining their project.
Yeah, I think that's a good start. Yeah, and like definitely, I mean, it makes it more of like a human element to it for people to see like the people behind these projects. So I think it's good.
Cool. Claire, maybe you can jump in and share a little bit about what you have in mind, because I know that you're working in some project interviews too.
Hi, thanks, Almond. Not so much working in project interviews, but I have come across a couple of projects. So if I rewind a little bit back at the start when I joined Giveth, Melody and I were working to get some project testimonials from, straight from self-recorded videos from the project spaces. The feedback that came back was that a lot of the projects felt like they either didn't really have the skills to do the videos, or they were a little bit intimidated or self-conscious. But one or two projects came back and said that they would be interested if they could have a bit more structure, and maybe they would be interested in being interviewed. So that is the two that were on the issue that I've added. And I just wanted to put it over to you guys who've got sort of a bit more of a structured process for how you would like to put these testimonials together.
So thinking, maybe Corey can chime in and add more about it, but thinking in the Giveth communication that's now happening, we really use Twitter as the main platform, and in Twitter we mostly use short, straight to the point messages. So I don't know if, Claire, you have specific platform in mind that you would like to post these interviews. My intention was to make like really short and engaging messages, thinking in Twitter, but I don't know if you think more in a long format for YouTube or Facebook, or if you have like any thoughts around this.
Personally, I really like the kind of bite size, picking the best of the clips, because mainly from my sort of perspective, I would be posting to Facebook and LinkedIn, and I think those sort of short clips are nice. People can watch them, they can get a flavor for what's going on, they can get a quick feel for the projects that are on there. But that was sort of my perspective on it.
I also, to be honest, like I think social media in general, like should take into account like short attention spans when people come across posts. So I kind of also agree that like using like the short teaser clip, even on Facebook and LinkedIn, is fine if it also, like ideally, it also links to a longer clip. You know, if there's like a longer format of it and we're taking clips from it, I think you can always use the clip to advertise it, right?
Yeah, I agree 100%. And I also think that Ahmad had a point that as Claire and myself, and also people that's going to do this kind of interviews or working in this, would be great to have like a line in the format for this to look like kind of the video 101 course that has like the same look and feel. So Claire, I think that maybe if you agree, you can try this like same short videos format as the one that I showed. And if the video is just longer, we can just post it on the Giveth YouTube. But what do you think? Do you think that will work to have the same video format as I show, the last one of Okeke?
Yeah, I think so. So particularly one of the projects, I think she would be quite happy to make some kind of testimonial like that. The other one that reached out that said that they would like to be interviewed seemed to have a strong preference for a bit more structure, question and answers, and maybe given a little bit more opportunity to talk about their project.
Great. So maybe just to move forward, we can align offline, and I can help you how I told them to record themselves. And I think you can ask them for two materials. One, just a quick, in a nutshell, around their project for us to post it in Twitter or on the other socials, and then the other one just like the longer format for us to post it on YouTube. I can align with you offline into that. I don't know if anyone has more comments around this project testimonials, or we can move forward. Okay, so the next topic in the agenda is changing the time of the orientation AMA call starting November 2. As I was just sharing with you at the beginning of the call, the Twitter spaces are now happening every 2 weeks. We are swapping in between Give Talks and Meet the Makers Twitter space. Give Talks are more into the Giveth ecosystem, meaning region farms and like Give Power and the Giveth projects. And then Meet the Makers, as we discuss, are more around project owners of Giveth and out of Giveth. So for us to be able to join and just like to give the chance for more team members to jump in. We're changing the Twitter space on 10 a.m. CT, which was the time in which the AMA call happened on Wednesdays. So we push 1 hour the AMA call for to start at 11, starting on November 2. This means 6 p.m. CET. These would happen at the same time of the Give Economy Dev call. So I would love to get some community sign up. Would this be a problem for anyone, or we all agree on this change on the AMA call?
I mean, overall, it works for everybody. I can't make it because I am on that economy call with fundraising aspects of my role, but I'm just one person, and so I think it's working overall. So just chiming in that if you ever need me there, we'll have to move it for that specific time.
Okay, perfect.
Sorry,
Thank you for...
it's not the dev call though. It's the Give Economy research call, and I do sometimes attend to that one, and I do attend at the MIA as well. But maybe like I can split it and like do one-on-one. You know, like 1 week I can go to one, and the next week I go to the other one. I don't know, like. It's not necessary for me to be in every MIA call, so I think it should be fine.
Yeah, I think Lauren mentioned that you may have time conflict, but yeah, maybe we can just switch like 1 week and 1 week, Franco.
Okay, cool, no problem.
Okay, we are going to just like try this new schedule and see if it works. If not, we can always just move it back. Sorry. So moving forward, updating project pages. I think this is more of a tropical mango issue. So I don't know if someone can give a quick update on the updating project pages. If someone knows, if not, we can just keep it for now.
Yeah, I think we just need feedback from the dev team. I have a call with them tomorrow about something else, so I can bring it up with them and see the status of this.
Great, thank you so much, Ahmed. So I'll just put that here.
I'd like to add something to that. Ahmad, I put an extra comment in there today, and it would probably be, if you've seen it, to run it past the dev team as well. Something that I personally have wanted to see in the project pages, but also after talking to Jake today, he said that this had come up in the donor survey, to have location specific information in there that could be standardized in some way. So maybe per country, or have a standardized region drop down. Just putting that in there so that it can be discussed if you're going to speak to them tomorrow.
Yeah. So you left a note on the on that one, right? I've seen like you left something. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I'll bring that up as well. No worries.
Thank you.
Great. Perfect. So the partnership program. We have a lot of partners, but our communication with them is scattered and it's hard to coordinate and build long-term regular collaboration. So I agree on this issue. I know that this has been here for a while. Jake, so a couple of things on this. I am working on a press kit that I know that I told you a couple of weeks ago that I need to finish. Corey already tagged me and to see the status of this press kit. This press kit is meant to also help strengthen and to get more partnerships into Giveth with a document that explains Giveth in a nutshell. So I plan to finish that press kit this week for you to check it out and to try to align all the partnership efforts that you're making, I think, as well with Tropical Mango. Just like to have the same format in all our documentation regarding partnerships. Yeah, I don't know if you want to add something around this.
For me, I know the first step still is trying to compile the information about our current partners who last spoke to them. Ashley spoke to Griff. He was going to go in there since he has a lot of the information from some of the original partners. But since she's been ill yesterday and today, I haven't followed up with her. So I'll probably just touch base with Griff and see if he can find some time. It's going to be pretty tough, I'm sure, with Griff to get in there and do that. So I might just have to start moving forward with what we got. With the press crit, that sounds good. With the partnership program and roadmap and flyer, that's done and officially closed out, and we have that for targeting any new future partners. I know Ahmad and I were speaking about trying to get some Discord set up. So yeah, that will be an action item kind of next to. So I just want to circle back around with Ashley and Griff, give them one last shot. Otherwise, I'm just going to start moving on it into
Perfect.
what we have and next actions
So,
for current partners and future partners.
yeah, sounds good, Jake. I have a follow-up question on that. So, like, what would be like the next steps for that? Would we like make like a process for them, or have like regular calls with them, or like what are you thinking would this partnership program involve?
The idea that we were speaking about creating something in Discord where it's more of that open back and forth, creating real communication channels with our current partners. Because I've found that in my short time with Giveth, reaching out to some of these partners, even with the contact information that we have, they don't respond to me. Maybe it's because it's I'm fairly new and they don't know me. But even when Ashley gets involved, it's not as easy as it should be with a quote unquote partner. So I think all targets with the current partnerships are to boost the communication, whether it's through Discord or me using the CRM to track future tasks of just check-ins once a month to see where our partnership is, build those partnerships stronger. And then for future partners, the action item would be using the flyer that we've created for anytime we're talking with a potential partner to showcase what is expectations on both sides, as well as trying to build future partners that we need. I mean, that would have to come from the team a little bit more as to who are some of the partners that we would like to target. Because I'm not all knowing on Web3 or philanthropy. So, who are some of the partners? And that would be something that can be offered into that GitHub issue. Is if anybody has any partnerships for ideas right now, please utilize issue 902 as well.
Yeah, I think those are all good things. I would just say like maybe we can think a little bit more about formalizing it and saying like these are the things that we can offer them to make it something that they would want to be a part of. So, for example, one thing is we started adding to the monthly newsletter where we're going to feature a partner once a month. So, like that could be one of the perks. Another perk could be we could tell them that we'll share one of their statuses once a month on social media if there's like a message that they want to get out to our audience, maybe. We could also maybe have dedicated calls with them, maybe once a month, like a partner in Twitter space or like something like that. So like, I think we need to think about that a little bit more. Maybe it's more of like a question for the comms team, but it's something that we should think about.
Yeah, because I know we put some of that stuff in the partnership flyer as to expectations for marketing partnership, where a lot of that falls into is comms and marketing. And maybe we need to give some thought into the dev side as well for partnerships and what that means on that side, because I know a lot of what we've kind of spoken about seems to be a little bit more on the comms side. And therefore, if we don't have a formal structure as well with the dev side, I think we've seen with this, radical partnership, there needs to be some structure with all of it combined because there was some communication loss or not seamless between comms, communitas, as well as dev team.
Yeah, and I think one of the other problems is if we don't have a process, then we basically just do whatever they tell us. So like all of the other partnerships that we had, we basically just did whatever they wanted us to do for the partnership, but we didn't come up with our own terms and say like, this is what our partnership is like, you know? And I think if we have that, it'll be a lot better.
I'm even speaking to that radical one. They had a Notion page that maybe we could copycat a little bit, where a timeline, which I thought to have a little bit of formality in terms of a timeline of expectations. I know Corey and Lauren have seen it. Corey, what's your thoughts on that, since you're, on the comm side and seeing that? Do you think that is something valuable and useful and nice to have a timeline of expectations, and something we should grow as well on our side?
Yeah, I think in general, like when we talk about partnerships, we just need to, first off, like the CRM is for sure a topic that I would say like really needs to be, I mean, that's kind of, the CRMs are meant to solve this problem in the larger sense in terms of communications between all the stakeholders on the Giveth side that are working with that partner in different ways, so that everyone has like the same information. But also like the structure, yeah, we could potentially copy what they've sent over, and just make sure it's within reason of like what we could, I mean, I do feel like every partnership's going to be individual though, some might involve more, like do more there, and some we want to keep like less involved. And that judgment, I would assume, like sort of sits with the owner of that relationship. Like there's got to be one point person really who's managing that partnership and can help manage expectations with that partner, and can always like would need to like kind of check in with all the relevant working groups to ensure that whatever we are agreeing to with the partner is within our scope and also within like what we want, right? So I don't know if like creating one template will answer that, because I still think it's probably going to take some individual evaluation like per relationship, but having probably a basic version of that would be helpful, knowing that like this is kind of like the minimum of what we would do, and then let's look at that with each new partnership to see if we want to add to it, something like that, right?
Yeah, it sounds. You're 100% right. I mean, we can't really like have a say all do all type of regimen type of process, because it is about each partner and tailoring to that specific partner. I do think it's nice on our side to create some structure with expectations, so that it's maybe not always falling on the other side, and that we can kind of dictate a little bit and drive the success of the partnership as well. So I get the balancing act of let's create a little bit of structure, but also understand that we need to be tailored to each potential partnership.
Right, Jake, and also I think that it's super important to align with Kotabe when he's back, because I know that you're already working with Jazz in this, but just like to make sure that, as Ahmad was mentioning, that the partnerships are kind of like dictated from Giveth and not the other way, and also just like to have in mind that maybe, as Corey was mentioning, to align in the partnerships would be good to just like continue the GPS sessions, because I think that will make more clarity about like the offers and the goals of each partnership. But again, I think that we will need to wait on Kotabe coming back around. I don't know if anyone has any other comment around the partnerships, or we can move forward.
Sorry,
Okay.
I have something kind of like related to this, but it's not like directly related. But Griff today redirected a group of people that are organizing this event here in Barcelona, which is ETH Gathering. It's going to happen next month in November. And basically what they're looking for is, oh, sorry, I can post a link, but yeah, it's that one. And yeah, so they want to use the Giveth house as kind of like a meeting point, kind of like gathering point as well. And I don't know, like usually I don't ask anything in return, but since like the Giveth house is part of Giveth, maybe we can work on getting some promotion from them since they're going to use the Giveth space as well. I don't know, like this is something that's happening today and I've never done it before, but because people from a lot of spaces use the house here. So yeah, I don't know if anyone has any ideas of what to ask from this event. That'd be great. Also, if anyone wants to like join, probably we can get like free tickets. Anyone that is in Europe and want to come to Barcelona, you have free accommodation and free tickets to go to an event.
100%. I believe that this is something that Jake and Kotave can chime in, because I believe that this is a potential partnership that we can promote in our socials and like Twitter Spaces for sure. So, Jake, what do you think? Do you think that you can to just like to take over this conversation, or just like to jump in and see?
Yeah, Franco, let's send me a DM and give me kind of the 401 on this, the info on it, and
Okay.
I can jump in with the conversation and we can start
Perfect.
chatting about it and chat with them.
Yeah, I'll probably have a call with them like soon. And yeah, I'll let you know whatever.
I'll be on that call with you, just kind of eavesdropping or sit in the background just to kind of stay afloat on this.
Yeah. That's perfect. I'll let you know.
Cool. Thanks.
Thank you, Franco. This is great. Yeah, and if someone would like to get tickets for the ETH gathering, I think that this is something that looks pretty cool according to this website. So moving forward, GPS session, we need to wait. Kotave. The work we need to wait on Kotave. Some call to actions for the team to check out. So similar platform analysis. So this is something that we mention each week. So if you have any platform that's similar to Giveth that you would like to add and help Jake just like to complement this effort, you can just go into the issue and drop some names as well on the onboarding that Ashley is working in to have a new onboarding that's more friendly, UX friendly. Also, Ash is working to get some bounties that are easy for the community to do. If you have some ideas of bounties that we can implement, also here's the document for you to throw some ideas. And donor personas drop thoughts, suggestions, and feedback in this board that Jake also made. Jake, I don't know if you have something to add in these two call to actions.
For the similar platforms, I was speaking with Corey and waiting, Corey, if you want to speak up on this one as well. I mean, this one's going to be kind of a revolving issue. At this point, there's about 15 similar platforms that I went in and did the research and put them all in one location on a Google shared doc that anybody can reference. And it's going to be kind of just a reference tool. So when Kotave gets back, I'll give it to him into our Giveth shared area with our decks and everything. But right now, I think it's kind of a good spot. I mean, it's going to be revolving because some might fall off, say the orgs are no longer around, or some could potentially come up where we want to add them because they become so big. So I guess specifically to this, Corey, what do we do in GitHub if this is kind of a revolving type of situation where, yeah, it's good for now, but it could open when we need to add more onto there?
This is like the competitive landscape, right?
Yeah, if we want to use that word, I know we like to stay away from that, but sure.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I'm just I don't put it like, yeah, I know what you mean. To me, they're just like words. But yeah, totally. I think honestly, even also looking at what like Giantkin posted here, the threads, and like I just keep thinking of the CRM. Like this is where the CRM, like this information belongs in that platform, as well. Like over time, you know, to keep building out like okay, let's say like ecosystem, yeah, like building out like an ecosystem list, right, with also descriptions of those platforms.
Yeah, they're all mostly added in, and I'll finish out adding the rest as orgs and as notes in there, and I'll continue to do that. Specific for GitHub, since you're kind of the steward of GitHub, how would you like me to go about the issue itself, since it is kind of revolving? Close it out and we just open it as needed.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
like it was a great, I would say it's a great draft. It got reviewed. This is the current status. Like, okay, can close it. And also like I would put this information somewhere, either it's Notion or the CRM or both. The CRM is just a question because that needs to be like adopted in Giveth. And then I think it's a perfect place for that, but at least Notion, right? And then it can be added onto from there. I don't think it needs to go through like a GitHub issue anymore, unless the topic needs to be like seriously reopened for some reason. Right?
Sounds great. I'll get it in a Notion, get it in the CRM, and close it out.
Cool.
Yay, perfect. Thank you. So we are 2 minutes left for us to finish, and I want to just like to dedicate the last minutes for you to give me some feedback around the Giveth Essentials, but I don't think that we have enough time to do that. So if you don't mind, for the people that was in the last Giveth Essentials session about representing Giveth, please send me a DM and just let me know your thoughts. For example, I talked to Ashley, and she told me that she would like those sessions to be a little bit more dynamic and to get more of the team involved, meaning that not only having one person presenting and the other people just listening, so that she would love to see more of the team commenting and giving ideas. So please shoot me a DM and tell me your feedback about the session. What do you like to improve? And also, again, here's the document for you to throw more ideas about which sessions would you like to have. The next ones would be about Twitter best practices, and the next one about tokenomics. And yeah, as well with the Meet the Makers Twitter Spaces. I know that I already told you this, but if you would like to submit a community or a person to have posted on a Giveth Twitter space, Meet the Makers, here's the document for you to add any theme, topic, community, person that you would like to see on our Twitter spaces. And yeah, I think that would be all. Well, thank you so much for joining. It was a small Tropical Mango, there you are. It was a small crowd this week, and Ashley hopefully will be facilitating next week. Thank you so much, and see you in the communication meeting.
Thank you. Thanks for taking this session.
Almond. See you in a minute.
All in
Thanks, Almond.